Welcome, bounty hunters and Star Wars fans alike. It is I, the Tuscan Toast, Jason in Miami, and the charismatic Carillion, Brian in San Antonio. Welcome to Weekly Show. Brian, how's it going?
I am in about as good a spirits, I think, as anyone could be for me being the charismatic Carillion.
Yeah.
For 90 minutes tonight for Star Wars talk. Yep.
All right. Good.
I'm ready for tonight.
Yeah, man. Me too. It just seemed like we did this yesterday because we were so late last week because of the power outage that I had over here. But
power outage.
Yeah.
Someone forgetting to buy their power converters from Tashi Station. I remember.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, I ran out and I couldn't go and get any. So, my bad. All right. That's okay. I mean, I was just, sweating in my apartment until about 1 a.m. that night, but whatever. But, man, it's beautiful.
Had a little bit of
Mustafar
type conditions over there.
Mustafar-like. It's kind of like heat index. We're going to just say, well, how hot is it? Mustafar-ish. That's how it was that night.
Yeah, so Mustafar with like a side of the bowels of the Millennium Falcon's cargo base. It's a little bit of a mix.
You been in there before? Been smuggling yourself a couple places, huh? Mm-hmm.
Never. I wouldn't do. I know. I wouldn't dream of doing anything like that. What do you mean?
Oh yeah, you're an upright citizen.
I'm hurt.
True to the
I'm
Empire.
Hurt that you would insinuate. Never. I would never try and smuggle anything from anywhere. Never.
No. You got the hashtag on your Twitter, right? Hashtag Empire did nothing wrong.
That's right. That's right.
But man, we got some
hashtag Imperial Innocence. Imperial Innocence.
Oh, that's a good one. I write this stuff down every time we talk about it, so I don't forget about it. Because I have
good.
My baboon brain just doesn't function like it used to. But man, we got some beautiful weather here in Miami right now, and I think tomorrow, when we do our unboxing Chicky Nuggy challenge, I'll do it out in the porch, kind of like a, just to get a change of.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So
I guess you're gonna have to do the Chicky Nuggies delivered, I guess.
No, I can go pick them up. I just got to go through drive-through.
Okay.
Yeah, but
we're gonna go over some amendments to tomorrow's event. We've had some significant changes, so that's going to be one of the things we're going to go through tonight with everybody is how the
it's
Rise of Skywalker video release event is going to be switched up a bit, just a tad.
Yeah,
a little bit of the
it's
COVID-19 curse going on.
It's going to be a little weird, but we're going to make it fun. We're going to make it as fun as we can.
We're going to be as goofy as possible. Trust us.
Yeah. We're gonna kind of play it by ear. We're gonna go on live for a few hours, and we'll have you go. And you're gonna pick up your stuff at Target. You're gonna pick up your stuff at Best Buy without having any kind of real exchange with any human being. They're just gonna throw it in the back of your trunk and all right, you're out of here.
You're out. And needless to say, I can't get to the Disney store tomorrow. I'm pretty sure North Star and Ingram and River Center and Rolling Oaks aren't taking visitors right now. I'm pretty sure, so I can't.
You know what? I haven't even checked. I mean, are all the malls closed, even in San Antonio? Damn.
Whew. Closed.
These are some strange times, my friend. Some strange times.
Indeed.
Indeed. What do you say about yourself when you really have to not adjust your schedule at all because of all this that's going on? What does that say about me?
You want to know how nutty it is? You want to know how nutty it is?
What? How nutty is it?
In my line at work, I saw Rod Serling.
Who?
Rod Serling.
Rod Serling from Mad Men?
From Twilight Zone.
Oh, Rod Serling. Rod Serling, who was always smoking a cigarette when he was talking. That guy.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he came through my line and said, imagine if you will. A country.
I love that guy. Man, the old Twilight Zone movies and shit. Well, the old movies from the 80s and then the show. The show was great.
An entire nation imprisoned by a microbe that's invisible.
And it came from a beer in China.
Hundreds of millions incapacitated by something they cannot see.
Oh God! You know that at Disney they have the Hollywood Tower of Terror.
The Tower of Terror.
Yeah, the Tower of Terror, and they have him. They have like a little. When you enter, there's a little room, and it has a small TV, old school television, and it has him talking. I think they did some CGI magic because he's been dead for several years.
Oh yeah, there was some CGI done there.
Yeah, and then they had someone that sounded just like him, but it was really neat. Of course.
Oh, sweet! I loved it. I liked it. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah,
definitely
cool.
cool.
Super cool, man. I mean, we could do whole shows on the Twilight Zone, especially the old movie. Remember the one where
can't do shows Star Wars.
Well, it can be Twilight. We can just call it Twilight, and then we can have all the viewers think that we're really going to talk about the lame movies and book.
Oh,
and
no.
and then we could just really talk Twilight Zone, and then you're going to have all these millennials be like, "What? What are these guys talking about?" Like, oh my God!
I thought they were talking about Twilight.
I thought they were talking about like Twilight and like Bella and like
I want to get
vampires.
I want to get my Stu Patterson on.
Oh, did you hear about that too? The Batman movie?
Oh,
yeah,
delayed.
Yeah, they halted production.
Delayed.
They halted production.
Of course, everything's delayed.
I do not know how far they were into it, but yeah, they halted all production, and it's God, that scares me because sometimes when that happens, they don't pick it back up again.
You don't finish it.
They don't finish it.
Nope. They'll just say, it's not worth the. They'll say we'll pick it up again in 2 years or whatnot.
Yeah. So I really hope that they pick it up because I'm looking forward to it, man. I super am.
I don't. But that's on you. But
it is on me. I'm a DC guy. So what did we talk about last time? We talked.
I think we went over Gone with a Trace.
Yeah.
That you didn't see.
Yeah.
You didn't watch.
Yeah, we didn't do Gone with the Wind, and I still haven't seen it. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, man.
Gone with the Wind's becoming your new Jar Jar. I'm glad that episode's done and we're not going to talk about it anymore because I can't take any more Gone with the Wind references. Stop!
Yeah, this isn't going to be the episode where I don't do it. We talked Gone with the Trace. We talked about who's the most skilled pilot in Star Wars Legacy.
You had an interesting selection. I'll leave it alone.
Yeah.
Your selection was a droid that's not even a pilot.
Arturito. He was a co-pilot. Star Wars home console video game, the best one. And we took some old school stuff. Some really
we went some old school consoles on that, man.
Oh, man. We really did. And we saw the video on the Trench Run. That's
for the GameCube. Yeah, I still love that.
Game. Yeah, I went back and I watched it later on that evening.
Did you watch the Battle of the Death Star 2 on Endor?
No,
on
I
GameCube?
didn't see that. No, but I'll go back and I'll check that out.
It's gorgeous. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, I'll go back and check that out. And then we talked the fighting game that I like, the Masters of Terras Kasi. Yeah.
And I gave you a little tidbit on that too, if I recall.
Yeah, that's right. Where it was mentioned in was it Solo?
Yes.
Yeah, mentioned
correct.
in Solo. Yeah, it was mentioned in Solo. I didn't even catch that. I got to go back and watch that just so I can see that reference. And then we talked about Rosario Dawson taking the reins of Ahsoka Tano.
Yes.
In the Mandalorian. And then we just talked a bunch of other, useless, meaningless garbage, but that's what we do best. Whenever, whenever we want to get
two hopeless Star Wars geek fan cases that just come on here for 90 minutes weekly.
Yeah, we go off topic. We talk a bunch of other crap too, so it makes it fun.
That's what we do.
But that's definitely what we do. So let's see. All right, so we're about 10 minutes in. We got a lot to talk about, man, because we got kind of a big day tomorrow. Not as big as we were hoping.
No, unfortunately.
Yeah, but
we had to make some changes. So are we going to go ahead and review that right now at this point, or?
Yeah, why not? Let's go.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. All right, let's go.
We'll move that up. But yeah. So basically, if everyone remembers from a few weeks ago, I think we even mentioned on the pilot, we were really going to go big with the Rise of Skywalker video release, because the video release happens to be tomorrow. Mm-hmm. However, I believe just about everybody right now knows, we had a teeny tiny small unknown guest
You mean
arrive onto U.S. shores, and
microscopic even?
Microscopic, yeah. You can't see it, I can't see it, but it just sort of decided to stop on by and pay us a visit, and pretty much undo just about everyone's way of life for a good point of time coming into right now. So because of this, malls are closed. Only a couple of places are offering a curbside pickup feature for the release. So instead of what we were planning was to actually go inside and have ourselves a grand old time while I'm picking up my goodies, and you were gonna be on one side kind of covering it, and I was gonna be describing what's going on and maybe try and go up to a few associates and cast members from the Disney store and get their take on the excitement of which there is now none. But so what we're gonna do is we're still gonna film me in my Carillion freighter docking into the hangar bay at these locations, and
that hunk of junk.
It's not just a hunk of junk, man. All right, that hunk of junk has got me out of a few scrapes in the galaxy on more than one occasion.
All right, okay? All right. We'll hear those stories later.
She'll make it 0.5 past light speed, kid. She's got it where it counts. So,
as do I.
We're gonna film me docking into the docking bay at these station locations to get my goodies. I'm still gonna go get them.
Yep.
And I'm gonna pick them up, and then we're gonna take me getting. We know how I get when Star Wars goodies come about. I get
precious.
My precious. I get verklempt. I can't help but get verklempt. So you're going to be covering how I get verklempt when I get the items.
And you know, this is going to be historic because it's going to be on YouTube, and it's once it goes on the internet, it's going to be there forever. Forever. It's going to be awesome. But you know what, man? This is also interesting.
Why'd you have to mention it like that? Why'd you have to do that? Why'd you have to mention it like that? I wasn't really thinking about that aspect of it until you said it right now.
Just to kind of
give
you a lot of anxiety. I don't know.
Like I don't have enough already. Really? Like you just want to pile it on?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Okay. Well,
I'm kind of a jerk like that. But dude, this is great because I mean, it's not great, but we're kind of recording history because we don't know how long this is going to go. It could go on for a long time.
No kidding. No joke.
It could be, and it could be one of those things that is talked about for decades upon decades on end. Like when Earth shut down because of the coronavirus. So
they're going to make a movie about it. They're going to make a movie about it. It's just a matter of who gets in it.
Yeah,
they're gonna.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to have Samuel L. Jackson and Zoe Saldana. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
They're in everything.
Yeah, they're in everything. Yeah, I see that.
They're in everything. So I'm pretty sure it's going to have them in it. But we're going to document like how life is right now, and it'll be part of it. Right?
I mean, you'll be able to see how life is. You're picking up items. You're not shopping on the items unless it's essential groceries. You're going to pick this stuff up now. You're not. The interaction piece is gone. Mm-hmm. I got the email from Best Buy. These guys they're requesting that I have my trunk open as they're going to arrive to the freighter.
Mm-hmm.
They want the hatch open, and then they're going to tap on there that it's over, and then I can depart.
So you're going to go to a location. They're going to throw a body in the back of your car.
Okay, hang on a minute. Hang on.
Go.
They're not gonna throw anything. If they throw something, then there is going to be some interaction because I'm going to have words with that guy. Nothing. It is going to be placed,
gently placed.
Into the trunk.
Yes,
placed,
the precious
not thrown. You are out of your Carillion skull if you think anything's going to be thrown in that trunk. No. It will be placed into the trunk.
You know what, man? You give them hell tomorrow. You give them hell.
Oh, I will if it's thrown. Trust me. Trust me, I will.
So what are you picking up exactly tomorrow? What
So
are
I
you
am
getting?
picking up the Rise of Skywalker 4K Saga Edition.
Saga edition.
This-
Okay.
The Saga Edition is going to have all 9 movies of the Skywalker saga.
Dark Knight's reporting in. What?
Oh, welcome, Dark Knight. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, we're just talking crap about tomorrow. Welcome.
Yeah, we're talking about how tomorrow's video release plans changed.
Yeah, but
We're going over that right now.
It's gonna be a good day because I'm gonna eat me some chicken nuggies. Hashtag justice for Jar
Oh, yeah, no, oh,
What
come
the
on.
saying?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm never going to
My
escape
only
it.
advocate.
I'm never
out there.
going to escape it. I just...
Nah, just concede
So-
to it. Don't fight it, man.
So after I pick up the Saga Edition box set, which has the 9 films, then there'll be bonus discs. So it's an 18 disc set, and then it has pretty much along with that will be all the artwork from those who worked on the prequels, plus Ralph McQuarrie's stuff from the OT. So that's gonna be pretty sweet. And then it's gonna have a signed facsimile letter from Mark Hamill thanking me for giving more money to Lucasfilm. So there'll be that from him as well.
All right.
After I get that, then I'm going to roll over to Target and I'm going to get their 4K exclusive edition with the booklet. There's a booklet in there, so I'm going to grab that from over there. Then, pretty much when we're done with all that, I believe we're going to roll back here. We're going to do an unboxing of the stuff, and we're going to watch you stuff your face with chicken nuggies.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be delicious. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm not gonna eat breakfast, so the chicken nuggets are good. And
really
I haven't
not
had
gonna
them.
do the milkshake? You're not going to do the milkshake?
Yeah, I'll do the milkshake. Yeah.
No, but I mean, like, just throw all the nuggets in a blender with the fries and just
Yeah,
have a nugget fry.
Dude, I might as well just put it in an IV bag and then shoot it up, man. Just a slow, steady stream of cholesterol going into my bloodstream. Yeah,
I can't imagine
I don't
it's worse.
have enough. I don't have enough fat around the walls of my arteries right now. So no. So I mean, that's the only way to get there. It's just direct injection. That's just it's the best way.
And that piece of tomorrow's special is going to be the Baby Yoda Chicken Nugget Challenge. We're gonna see how well you execute stuff and all that in one sitting while we go through the unboxing.
It's gonna be a very delicious unboxing. Oh yes.
Well, when I unbox it, I'm going to go through each disc and the pages of the artwork and all that stuff. So if you're somehow done by the time I'm gone through explaining that, that's going to be like off the chain.
Dude, it's only 50 chicken nuggets, man. I mean, I'll be done. I'll be done by the time. There's 9 movies, of which 3 of them were good. So, okay, 3 of them were good.
You say it's only 50?
3 of
You
them.
said it's only 50.
It's only 50.
I want to make sure.
9 movies, 3 were good,
Out of
2
your
were
mind,
watchable.
You're out of your mind, man. Only 50 chicken.
This is all bets are off. It doesn't say that I have to agree with everything and like everything. No, I am the Fox News of Star Wars. All right.
Oh, God help us. The Force help us, man, if that's the case. Wait, so I'm assuming the 3 you're referring to are 4, 5, and 6. That's what I'm assuming.
No, it was 1, 4, and 9. Yeah, because remember, I love Rise of Skywalker. I loved it. I'm in love with it. Dearly.
I'm no.
Yeah, man. See,
No.
this is where we disagree. And you know what? It's okay. It's a healthy disagreement.
So
It's all right.
how does Rogue One not even get in those 3?
No, we're just talking about saga movies.
Okay, so we're just talking saga
One,
movies?
But because Rogue One's not in this set, right? It's not.
Right, no, it's not. No, okay.
This is just
So,
saga,
correct.
no
Okay,
spin-offs.
fine. So wait, so how does The Empire Strikes Back not get in the conversation?
It was. It's episode. No.
No.
I'm sorry.
You
it
said
was
1, 4, and 9.
5.
You said 1,
5.
4, 9.
1, 5, 9. Sorry. 1, 5.
No, it's too late to change.
I don't
It's too late
know
to
my
change.
Roman numerals.
You said
all right?
1.
I don't even know my
Obviously.
multiplication tables. Sorry, Mom. Oh, you have no idea. She tried so hard to get me to memorize my multiplication tables. I was not interested in it whatsoever.
Well,
And she
the
was
Dark Knight
so
agrees
mad.
that the Dark Knight agrees that steaming, heaping pile of
Awesomeness.
refuse was great. So
It was the
y'all,
hottest
y'all,
steaming pile of awesomeness. Yes. So much good
Yeah,
fight.
okay.
Now, I don't even know if you've noticed it, but I'm sure you did, right? There's a point, right, in that movie, or a part, I'm sorry, not a point, there's a part in that movie where, you know, Rey transports the lightsaber to Kylo Ren when he's about to fight the Knights of Ren, right? And then he stands up, and he pulls it out, and he stands up, and they're all looking at him like, oh yeah, we're super screwed. And he's there, right? And he looks at them.
and when he broke the fourth wall,
well, yeah, because he just goes, just like a slight nod, like
he gave a slight nod to the audience.
yeah, it's like, let's go.
He broke
It
the
was
fourth
great.
wall that way, which was interesting.
Yeah, you know, so Kylo Ren in that movie, right, was so bipolar, but at the end, I was his biggest fan. I was his biggest fan at the end. Really, really was. So
Bipolar.
yeah, he was super bipolar. An edgy, kind of emo adult, young adult. But yeah, towards the end of the movie, man, I was a super fan of his. You know, and I'm sure his back was hurting really bad towards the end of the movie too.
Well, yeah. After he leapt into Palpatine's lair and said, "Ow."
No,
I guess it was.
I don't think it was that. I think it was from carrying the last 3 movies.
Wow. Okay, well,
Oh man.
no.
Yeah, I just like
No.
you get upset about those things. It's so funny.
Well, I mean, if it wasn't so ludicrous, maybe not.
No, Ludacris from not Spaceballs.
Oh, from
when they
Spaceballs?
when they go ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed?
Yeah, they went to Plaid. Remember? That's how fast they went.
So
Mel Brooks.
we're all caught up on tomorrow. Tomorrow it's going to be a pickup / unboxing, and still with the Baby Yoda Chicky Nugget challenge with a view of the coast. It looks like.
Yeah.
Because you're going to do it on your patio.
Well, it's not the coast. You're going to look at City Place Doral and all of its empty glory right now because there's nothing going on.
Empty glory.
Yeah, and all of its empty glory. But it has been very beautiful weather. So I'm going to, get a little vitamin D and hang out there. And
Definitely the vitamin D.
Yeah, because I'm turning into a white beastie ghost by being inside the whole time. What time are we starting tomorrow? Are we going to do it at... We're doing it at 1 p.m.
I say tomorrow. I think 1 p.m. is a good time start point.
1 p.m. Central.
Central.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
we'll do 1 p.m. Central.
All right, it'll be 2 p.m.
So
here.
2 p.m. your time.
Yeah, it'll be 2 p.m. here. All right, so 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. That's what time we'll kick it off, and we'll go until we're tired.
By the way, before we close this out on Silo or Kylo, whatever you want to call him, because I just don't respect him.
Ben Swallow. Ben
Swallow. So before we close out, statistics will always read forever sealed in Star Wars time that there were only 2 Force users to defeat the Emperor, and he wasn't one of them. So that's it. To me, that just shuts the book on the whole thing. So the only 2 to do it, the only 2 to defeat him, were Anakin Skywalker / Vader and Rey Skywalker. Done.
Who was a Palpatine
Over.
for real? So it was her. It was his own granddaughter.
Well, actually, she's not even his granddaughter anymore because we discovered that her father was a failed clone of his. So she just has bloodline. She's not a direct relation.
Oh, so if it's a clone, then they share the same DNA. Oh, so that's the daughter.
She's a daughter that has DNA. She's no granddaughter.
No, it's a daughter. Yeah, man. Come on. This is genetics 101, buddy.
But the the Star Wars history books are always going to show that only her and Anakin were successful in defeating the Emperor.
Brian, there's
That's
no Star Wars history book that's going to care about that. You're the only one that's going to care about that.
Hey, it's fact. What can I tell you? It's,
okay.
No, you know what? It's not just fact. It's irrefutable fact. That's how good the fact is.
Oh,
irrefutable.
Okay. All right. You know what, Brian? Look, you're throwing around a lot of big words there. Since I don't know what they all mean, I'm going to take them as I'm going to take them as disrespect. Sorry. All right.
Sorry. You know,
man, I'm sorry. The Dark Knight 66. Nobody reads the damn books, Brian. Get over it. Oh God, called you out, man. I'm gonna read a book just to make you feel better.
He does that often. He does that pretty often.
I'm gonna go read one of these books. Okay, so we got the timeline roughly. I mean, this is just gonna be all off the cuff. We're just gonna start.
Oh yeah, tomorrow there's no real schedule. As soon as we kick it off at 1, I'll be on the road, and then we just go from there.
And you're gonna
when it stops, it stops.
And you're gonna Skype in on your phone while you're traveling around, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll use mobile phone to Skype while I'm on the road.
Okay. Groovy. Cool. I'm all about it, man. It's gonna be fun. You know, we'll see what you get, and then we'll do a really cool unboxing, and you know, we'll chat, and that's it. We'll give somebody some people some things to watch and do if there's nothing else to watch and do tomorrow. So,
which I'm
exactly. So you know what, Brian? So we'll move on to the next thing, and I'm going to let you talk on this because I'm a.
Oh, what? Let's see. Why am I leading the conversation on this one again?
Because you are clearly the most dedicated, and I am but a amateur. I'm clearly but an amateur on this show. I'm going to let you talk Deal or No Deal on the Clone Wars recap because.
Did you see Deal or No Deal? Oh wait, I didn't even have to ask, did I? I didn't have to ask, did I?
All right. It's been a long week.
I know.
So,
but you know, you have a multitude of mediums that you can watch it on. We went over that on Wednesday.
Yes, I know. But like, I was on Reddit so much, and there's so many interesting topics that I was looking at. No, man, it's
Reddit.
Yeah.
Reddit was more interesting than Star Wars.
Well, if you're looking at Star Wars on Reddit, then yeah, it's super interesting. Prequel memes, great.
You cheater.
Great.
You cheater.
Love prequel memes. But I'm gonna watch it. I got some time this week. I am teleworking, you know, for God's sake, which is not my bag. But hey, we gotta do what we gotta do in order to keep the population healthy and safe. So we are doing our part,
yes,
and I'm doing mine.
Oh, I think so. Yes,
absolutely. By sitting here in my underwear and working on a government computer all day long and not showering until 4. Did
you just say that you're in your briefs right now? You're in your drawers?
No, I'm wearing shorts. I'm good. No, that was earlier when I was actually when I was working. So
I was like, he just admitted that he's on all bets are off in his drawers. He just admitted it. That's what I thought I heard.
That'd be all drawers are off, just.
Oh no,
yeah, man.
No, we want people to watch, not run away.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
come on, man.
Yeah. Besides, look, I don't do that kind of stuff for free anymore. So, anyways, man, I'll let you talk. I'll let you talk.
Deal or no deal?
Yeah, before this gets weird.
All right, y'all know it's already getting weird. Believe me.
So let's
Clone Wars.
Talk about that.
Clone Wars recap. Deal or no deal? Just like Gone with a Trace, I love this episode. I really did. Lots of folks thought it was filler or that it was, you know, a little bit on the slow side. But I'm more about what's going on and how Filoni is developing this. Really what it is, he's placing Ahsoka in this. He's polarizing what Ahsoka knows from the Jedi versus the new way of life she's leading right now and what she's come into having left the Order. He's playing these things against each other beautifully. It's awesome. So we discovered back in Gone with a Trace how Ahsoka arrived at 1313 and she's introduced Trace, this mechanic, and we discover that her sister Rafa is involved with all kinds of crime syndicates. She owes money to these syndicates. So now that we move forward to Deal or No Deal, Rafa has, with the droid assignment that she got, since that fell apart, Rafa went and found another means to get the money she needs to pay off all the slime bags and loan sharks that she's in hock with. And what she comes up with, which I thought this was so cool, is to run some spice. And we find, if for the big Rise of Skywalker fans that we have here tonight, the Toast, and then we have the Dark Knight, who just love the thing. We learn in that movie that Poe Dameron was himself once a spice runner also. So Ahsoka gets caught up in this because she's kind of befriended Trace, and Trace, in the friendship, she's helping Ahsoka try and get her speeder back together. Ahsoka's been working with Trace on her ship. The Silver Angel is the name that Trace has adopted to her ship. And Rafa approaches them with the opportunity about this spice run. And she's going to utilize Trace's ship for it. And Ahsoka finds out that they're actually going to go to Kessel to do this run. So we get to revisit Kessel from Solo, which I thought was great. But we get to revisit like a whole other side of Kessel. Kessel and Solo, we saw the deep, dark, dank side of it with a lot of the slavery and the slaves that were used to mine the spice. We got to see it. We got to see a lot of that in Solo. Here, we got to see kind of how the other half live on Kessel, and got to see a palace and some lush greenery and some royal folks in there that are setting this spice run up. You do briefly see the spice mine because they go to the spice mine to go get it. So you do see the slavery side again. But here you have Ahsoka. She's kind of trying to warn Trace. She's letting her know, Kessel's not that great a place. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff going on there. A lot of the spice that they use, that they run, is it could be used to aid people medically, but they're using it for other purposes, and that's not necessarily a great thing. And she's trying to inform Trace of that. And on the other side, you've got Rafa that's like, look, new girl, no one asked you what your morality is on the thing. We want to get this done so I can get paid. And you have Ahsoka caught wanting so badly to use the spice for justified means and not for money to pay off a crime syndicate. And now you have Ahsoka like living this new life she's in, and it's not in conjunction with the morals that she's been trained and brought up to with the Jedi. So there's all these emotions and all these things, intangibles, that are playing out, and I think Filoni is doing a fantastic job setting all of it up. And I can't wait for the next episode to see how this continues. I'm assuming that there's going to be a rift and divide that starts to take place between Trace and Rafa. It ends up that Trace actually, spoiler by the way, Trace ends up getting worried about losing her ship, the Silver Angel, because of the spice run, so she dumps all the spice, which actually ends up upsetting both Ahsoka and Rafa. Rafa's obviously upset because she's out of paycheck, and Ahsoka's upset because she felt the spice could have been used for some good, and she didn't get that opportunity any longer. So I think we're heading towards a divide between Rafa and Trace, and at some point there's going to be some kind of divide with Ahsoka as well. Will she try to bring Trace with her when she separates from Rafa? It's difficult to say, but all this is good stuff. I'm loving it. I can't wait for the next one. Hats off to Filoni. Just great stuff.
Well, I think this will be really interesting. I mean, especially once the season
Tex
concludes.
Utah just signed in, by the way.
What's that? Oh,
we welcome Tex Utah just signed in, by the way. So we welcome Tex Utah.
Yo, what's up? What's up? I put a meme there for you. I think it was
So I noticed.
for the corona.
Yeah.
So we now know how General Grievous got his cough. It was coronavirus.
You're awful.
Yeah, it was
You're
coronavirus. Just our condolences to General Grievous and his baby robot family.
You know, so you know what? Since you put that meme up there, I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
Just how did General Grievous? And you know what? I also challenged the Dark Knight because I'm willing to bet my bottom Imperial credit that he can't answer this or you.
What's that?
Just how did General Grievous develop his cough?
I think I know. I actually think I know.
Oh,
this.
you think? Really? You think you know?
Yeah, I actually think I know.
Okay,
this.
I want detailed answers.
Okay.
You know.
This goes back to
So
the original.
the Dark Knight. The Dark Knight's best answer to my question is put a bucket on it. Yeah, that's not right.
Okay.
So now you got your shot, Toes. But
Okay.
needless to say, the Dark Knight's answer is completely not right.
Okay. I could be
Incorrect.
right. I could be right. I could be
We'll
wrong.
see. We're gonna find out.
We're
gonna find out.
The last time I saw this was when it first came out, and it goes back
Okay.
to the original Clone Wars animated show.
Oh my gosh, wow, he's on the
Yeah.
right track. Okay.
Him
You're
and
farther along in Dark Knight's bucket.
All right.
This is getting interesting.
so him and General Kenobi were in a fight, and
Oh, you're so close.
maybe it wasn't Kenobi, but anyways,
No, it wasn't.
it
wasn't.
I don't know who it was, but he got his chest crushed, force crushed.
I'm gonna give it to you
But
because
what-
even though you had the wrong Jedi, this is close enough.
Oh, okay.
This is impressive.
Who was
I'm
it?
impressed.
Was it Yaddle?
It's Mace Windu.
Oh, it was Samuel L. Jackson. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Mace Windu that.
I'm
crushed him.
impressed. I'm
That's-
seriously impressed.
Okay, cool. Well, and you know what? So am I, because the last time I saw that was when it came out. When did that come out? 2003.
That was like 2003. Yeah.
Wow, man, that was such a long time ago.
Too late,
yeah.
Dark Knight. You're too late, man.
Okay, well,
Toast
no,
beat you to it.
well, they got we
You
have a
got
little
it right.
He
You
probably
got it
put
right,
in
but
because
Toast
we got a
beat-
little bit of
Toast beat
lag.
you to it.
Yeah. So
Oh,
yeah,
so there's a lag. Oh,
yeah, there's a little
so-
bit of a lag.
okay.
So I think you got it. All right. So I think. Whoa! Hold on.
Whoa. I'm looking at it too.
I think I read this in Wikipedia.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, because Lucas had a cough, or I think he was getting over bronchitis. There you go.
Wow, that's interesting.
You didn't know that? Yeah, I think
That's
I read
interesting. No, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
interesting. Nice one.
That. Yeah,
Ex Utah came out with that one.
that's a good drop.
That's
right there.
interesting.
Yeah, that's a good drop. I love Grievous though. He's probably one of my favorite all-time villains. All-time villains.
I don't know if I can go that high with it. He was cool, but
Yeah, I just think that it was. I don't know. I think it was just. I mean, maybe not him, like a character's personality, but his backstory and how they made him such a big figure in episode 3. And now, I mean, there's memes all over the place. Anytime you say hello there, General Kenobi. I mean, that's gonna go on forever. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. Do you know
Oh.
what day is tomorrow?
well,
I'm gonna let you.
it's the 31st,
I'm gonna
and
let
it's
you,
the day that Trost is out on video,
I'm gonna let you think about it for just a minute.
and it's Tuesday. So that's what I got. I mean, Dark Knight, you want to chime in with this? That's the information I got. That's about as significant as it gets for me. Trost out on video. Wait, what's going on here? What's this?
You want to know what else tomorrow is?
Is that Aaron McGregor's birthday?
March 31st, 1971 is General Kenobi's
Wow.
birthday. It's his birthday
Wow.
tomorrow. Yeah,
Very interesting.
isn't that awesome?
So the video's released on his birthday.
On his birthday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow,
Is
cool.
he gonna care? He's not gonna care. Ewan McGregor, he's too cool to care, man.
The only thing he cares is that his contract gets fulfilled on the Disney Plus series.
Yeah, exactly.
Just make sure he gets paid.
And you know what? I have a feeling that they had to practically beg him, because I know he had such reservations playing Obi-Wan after episode 1 behind green screens and things like that. I know he didn't like that. You know, but
really?
That's the future. I mean, that was the future. That was the future of filmmaking at the time, and now
True.
Everything is behind green screen because everything is CGI'd in.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah, everything's CG.
Yeah, so maybe he's improvising, adapting, and overcoming. But yeah, I mean, happy birthday. What else? What else happened in 1971?
Well,
it has nothing to do with Star Wars.
There was a gas shortage.
True.
But you're talking Star Wars related.
No, it's not Star Wars related.
It's not Star Wars related.
It's not. Nope.
See, you're always tripping me up like this, man. You're always throwing me a curveball like this.
Come on, you have to know what was. You have to know what else happened in 1971.
I have to know.
You have to know.
Does my life depend on it? What's this? October 24th.
It is when Texas Stadium opened.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
It is when Texas Stadium opened. For anybody out there who doesn't care, we're Cowboys fans. Sorry. Live with it. Deal with it. I'm unapologetic about it. Except at the end of the season when they miss the playoffs.
Fortunate souls like us. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so 1971 stands out as a hallmark in the day of Star Wars and the Dallas Cowboys. So, anyways, back to our main topic, which is...
Deal or no deal.
I have no idea what we're talking about right now. Oh,
we were talking about Deal or No Deal, the one that you didn't see, the one that I had to lead,
Okay.
The one that you chose not to see.
Oh, that's right.
Or the one that you neglected to see. I could come up with all kinds of adjectives for this. I could just keep going.
Howie Mandel was in that episode, right? Deal or No Deal.
Howie Mandel?
It's a joke. He was the host of the show. That sucked. I didn't like that show.
Oh, you mean the game show?
Yeah, stupid.
See, there you go again.
Actually, most game shows are kind of.
You know what? Yeah, that's almost like a dad joke, practically, almost, but not close enough.
Oh, but yeah, speaking of dad jokes, you have one for us, don't you?
Oh, no, I don't. Yes. I don't have any.
Yes, you do. You told me, dude. They were gold, man. They were gold. Say it. Say it. Come on.
I can't do it. It's too cheesy.
So what?
It's far too.
We're
all right.
We're two adults that
right.
I'm almost 40.
Okay.
You're in your 40s, and we have a show called All Bets Are Off, and you're worried about being cheesy.
Yeah, I am just a little bit. Just a little bit. I don't want to lay a whole bunch of feta on top of mozzarella if it's not needed,
God.
But what?
All right, tell the
That's
joke.
That's what I come up with. All right. Look.
Quit stalling.
Okay. Look. Wicket walks into a Starbucks, right?
Okay.
And he's going and he's ordering his coffee. He's at the counter.
Yeah.
Orders up.
Yeah.
And you know how they got the side counter where you're going to go and you pick up your coffee after you order it?
Oh, yeah.
So after he pays the guy and after he's done, he starts to walk around so he can go wait for his order.
Uh-huh.
And then the guy's like, hey, hold up, mister, sir. He's like calling him back. And then Wicket turns around like, what the hell? I'm just going to go wait for my coffee. And he tells him, sir, I forgot to ask if you wanted that double tall. And then, of course, Wicket takes a spear and just looks at him like, man,
I bet you walks take massive duties.
Don't.
I mean, they got those.
Where is this coming from? I don't understand.
They got them thick, furry cabooses, man. Man, I bet they could drop some heaters. Yeah.
I don't know if it's just gross or if it's funny and gross.
It's funny and gross. Slightly inappropriate, but that's okay. It's the internet.
Wait, so
we're edgy.
You know what? Let's just go the whole way with this. Since you brought it up.
Next joke.
Since you brought it up, let's just, No. Let's just stay on this for a second. So I'm assuming that they just go all natural, right?
I think they walk into it at the same time.
Like they don't have an outhouse, right?
No,
like the Ewok village.
Yeah, you just
Like
it's the
they
forest,
just find
man.
a spot.
It's the forest.
It's a forest.
Just let it
Just
go.
find a spot.
They just dig a cat hole. Let it rip, man. Literal toilet humor, folks.
Oh man, I don't even understand. Tex Utah didn't like my joke.
No, no, she didn't like my. Well, it wasn't really a joke. It was more of an observation. Yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: you never see anyone in the Star Wars universe go to the restroom.
Not correct anymore. It's not correct anymore.
Somebody went to the restroom?
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess they didn't go, but we at least found out there was a restroom.
Okay, well, oh yeah, that's right, Mandalorian, right?
Mandalorian. Okay. He had a can in his ship.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta go. I mean,
no, absolutely. I mean, even if you're in space or if you're on another planet, you gotta go.
Yeah.
It's just we never really understood what that looked like until the Mandalorian.
Well, I'm glad they cleared that up because it was bothering me and I wasn't able to sleep at night.
I was relieved. Absolutely. I mean, I was absolutely.
Yeah.
Just
speaking of feeling,
I was completely distraught. Trying to figure out whether or not there was a Louvre in the universe of Star Wars.
Speaking of feeling relieved. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Boy. What the hell are we talking about? Oh, no. I know what we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about the rebellion. Liberators or terrorists. Great.
Oh, here we go.
You can be.
I know you've been waiting for this one.
Yes. You can be MSNBC and I can be Fox News. All right. So you throw out facts
and
I'm going to lie.
Why do I got to be? Why do I got to be MSNBC?
Because I'm going to lie a lot here.
Can I just be the BBC?
Oh yeah. You can be purely objective. Yeah, why not? But you have to do
at the BBC.
Yeah, but you have to be purely objective.
I could be
and
objective.
you have to do it in your worst English accent, or Irish, Scottish, anything in that British Isles.
I don't know if I could. No, that's now you're asking
I'm asking quite a bit on that.
That's kind of going. I don't have a bad English or Irish accent. I mean, even if it was bad, I don't have it. It would just.
Well, I have a tedious grasp on the English language itself, so doing any kind of impressions or anything like that, it just isn't going to work well because I think I have to think about my sentences about 10 minutes ahead of time before they come out of my mouth. Otherwise, it's just going to sound like my Spanish, which is even worse.
Not 6.5 or not 4, but 10.
10 whole minutes. I got a lot of lag.
I kept it a nice round number.
High ping.
Okay.
High ping going on in these neurons over here. They're not firing like they're supposed to, or they're firing in different directions. But let's talk about it.
So what's your take, man? Terrorists or liberators? Which way are you going?
Let me tell you something. The rebellion are a bunch of terrorists. Nobody asked them to do this, right? We just kind of hear that the Empire is evil, that's doing all these things. We're just now kind of seeing that maybe, the Empire is kind of authoritarian and dictatorship, and they kind of rule with an iron fist, kind of. We're seeing that. But we didn't in the movies. We just have to take their word for it. Ooh, Empire is bad. I mean, if it's so bad, then why did Luke Skywalker want to go and join the Academy in Episode 4? Why? Okay? So maybe they're not so bad, but maybe they're bad guy, but not bad guys? What I'm saying? Maybe not, right? But then you got the rebellion coming along, right? They're destroying everything that they can, right? They really don't have a true council, right? To kind of go and say, okay, this is how we're going to set up the government once it's done, right? This isn't a real rebellion. This is a ragtag group of terrorists that just want to go and blow up Death Stars, right? You know how many people are on that Death Star? Come on, man. You got to... I mean, think about it.
Here comes... I can see it now. Here comes the clerk's argument. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here it comes.
The Clerks argument? Oh, you have to refresh my memory.
from Clerks. Clerks.
I haven't seen it in a long time. What was happening in Clerks?
They had an entire argument about this in Clerks.
Oh, did they
So
really?
about how the Death Star would have required the construction of the Death Star.
Mm-hmm.
How there's no way that only Imperials worked on the Death Star. It'd be impossible.
Well, right, they had a bunch of contractors.
Just because this, right? So you got contracted people on there. So,
yeah, exactly. You have civilians, contractors.
So what you're talking about is there's potentially thousands, maybe tens of thousands,
the hundreds of thousands. It's huge
of innocent civilians on that thing that got blown away by Luke Skywalker.
Exactly, and they didn't even think about that. They did not even think about that. All right. Okay. Yeah. Alderaan got destroyed. I know. I get it. Okay.
I'm waiting. I'm going to let you bottle the end. I'm waiting.
Yeah, I get it. Okay. Empire may be evil. But is the entire Empire evil? Or maybe it's just kind of like this rogue faction that's just going off and blowing shit up. I don't know. But I let that word slip accidentally. Sorry. I'm getting really heated and upset about this. Because
I don't know how we'll have to find a way to Jar Jar that one out somehow.
I can try to bleep that out. But here's the other big thing. This is what really bothers me about the rebellion, right? We saw in a deleted scene, right, in episode 3, where you had Mon Mothma, it had Padme, right, and then it had who else did it have?
Bail Organa was in the scene.
Right, it had Jimmy Smits in there, right? The only Hispanic in all the Star Wars movies. And movies, right? Not in Mandalorian has a Latin American actor. And they started talking about the council, right? To kind of go against the what's happening in the Senate right then and there. But that's the last we see of it. And then we see Mon Mothma again. We see her in episode 4, and then we see her in Rogue One, right? We don't see like a council, right? Like, okay, we're going to make these decisions, and we're going to blow stuff up, and we're going to kill hundreds of thousands of people, but that's a risk I'm willing to take for freedom. Oh, are you really that oppressed? I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know the whole geopolitical situation there, man. I need that. I need that to make me feel better about this rebellion, because as of right now, no. That rebellion, they're scum, all right? And everything that they're doing is wrong.
Scum.
Wow. Scum. They're scum.
Rebel scum.
Everything that they're doing is wrong. And I am 100% sure that the Jedi are just as bad.
Well.
Yeah.
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, man.
So
I'm Team Sith, baby.
All right. So now that the Toast has gone on his little rant on the rebellion, allow me, the charismatic one, to reel this back in and give you another more pragmatic view on the entire thing.
Sorry, I went a little Sean Hannity on you.
So let's be pragmatic. Let's go to the first thing. How it was mentioned that when you're watching the original trilogy, that there was no basis of information as to how the Empire was evil. That you had to assume so. Mm-hmm. That's not true. That's not true.
Okay.
You actually find out during the course, early on in the film, not just like in the middle or anything. You find out early on from Obi-Wan Kenobi to Luke Skywalker that the Empire was in fact evil. From a direct quote, he tells Luke Skywalker, before the dark times, before the Empire, and he refers to the Empire as the dark times. I've never really known anything that's good for anybody that's been called the dark times. Just, there's one could say that World War II was the dark times. Others could say that the Black Plague was the dark times. I've never heard dark times referred to as an adjective for anything that's nice. So We'll start with that.
All right.
And you have that right there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as the rebellion just being from a standpoint that it's evil and that it's just blowing stuff up for the sheer fact of just going against the status quo, that's not necessarily true either, because the status quo was not always the empire. The status quo, in fact, you had a system in place before the empire went in and just threw it all out and took over everything. You had a system of senators, and you had people who governed those senators, and you had them congregating on Coruscant to discuss best courses of action for each of their individual systems. And it was done in a fair, diplomatic manner, as diplomatic as they could manage for something of that scale. I mean, that's enormous. You're not talking about just the Senate and the House of Congress here. I mean, you're talking about galaxies convening. I mean, you even had ET in there, okay?
Yeah, a couple of
That's
ETs.
how far it went out. Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
you had a whole planet of ETs. I mean, this thing was huge. So there was a system in place. There was a system in place, and that system was eradicated and taken over by manipulation from within, which was Palpatine. So, really, if you think about it, the rebellion's purpose was to bring that system back in place.
Okay.
That they weren't just going out there and just blowing away Death Stars just to
With innocent contractors.
try and overthrow. Yes, there were
Yeah.
some innocent contractors.
These
Yes,
poor guys,
but
they just bid on a government contract, and they probably wanted to run some electrical lines. And look what happened. These poor.
so, I mean, there's a lot of things. I'm not going to use specifics because I don't want to start a whole political upheaval on this show. I don't want to do that.
We don't want to
when
go
you're-
political in Star Wars and the politics of Star Wars. Is that what you're saying?
That's not fair.
It's very fair. This is a very political universe. The Star Wars universe is very, very
but
political.
Let me just say that when you're in times of war and conflict, all right, one side is going to have to make a choice that's going to impact innocent lives on the other. It just happens.
Okay, so then let's think of it this way. So you're taking Empire, Rebellion, right? And we look at the Rebellion as bringing back the Republic, right? That's the last vestiges of what the Republic was, right? And then before the Empire took over. And we know in Episode 4 that the Emperor disbanded the Imperial Senate. We know this. We know this all happened, right? But is it the shiniest of two turds? Think about it, right? The Empire had order, right? Maybe it was a strong-armed way. Yeah, maybe it was a strong-armed way of order, right? But look.
Let's talk a little bit more about that order.
But let's talk about. But
you want to talk about strong-armed? How was it achieved? I mean, really?
Yeah, with fear.
You had them go to different star systems and pretty much, hey, you're not going to acclimate to the way we do things. We're just going to blow you away. That's it.
But you know what? I bet you every single one of those stormtroopers, right, has a GI Bill, and they can go to college for free because they joined the Imperial Army. Yeah, let's think about that. Let's think about those poor veterans. Let's think about those veterans of Clone Wars.
Here's something else, really.
All right.
So, we want to pay. So you're telling me that we want to pay homage to some veterans that went out and pillaged and killed women and children? I mean, is that what you're telling me?
Are you sure it was women and children?
Oh yes, there were children.
Where? No, Anakin killed children.
Oh, so the clone troopers didn't kill any Padawans?
Did they? I don't know. I wasn't there.
You saw the movie though, didn't you?
Oh, they did. They killed the kids. Oh, the kid when he was trying to go into the speeder of
So you're telling
Gene
me, you're
Smits.
telling me if that one, you're telling me if that one wasn't blown away, that there weren't a bunch of other ones? Are you serious?
No, I'm not
Are you serious right now?
No, I'm not serious right now. I'm just thinking
So
about.
when the Death Star hit Jeddah, you're telling me that there were no kids anywhere in the vicinity.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. No, was
So when the Death Star blew Ray Alderaan, there were no kids on Alderaan. There was no children on Alderaan.
I don't know. I didn't see anybody on there.
I'm pretty. It's a pretty big planet. Alderaan is pretty huge. I'm pretty sure there were women and children on Alderaan. I mean, call it a hunch.
That's the thing. I don't know. I'm just asking the question. Remember, I'm Fox News here. I'm just asking the question. I'm just asking the question.
We all know how I feel about Fox News. So I mean, look, man. Look, when you boil it down,
mm-hmm.
if you're a stormtrooper,
Mm-hmm.
I could see where you would say the rebellion is terrorist.
Yeah.
I mean, if you fast forward to the sequels,
mm-hmm.
you heard Kylo refer to you heard him tell Rey, and you heard him refer to her consorts as, he says, "You mean the murderers and thieves that you call friends?" So, and that was Kylo's perspective from the First Order on who she was teaming up with.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if you're a stormtrooper or like a First Order trooper, whichever way you want to go, and if you're in that culture, yeah, I could see where you would say the rebellion is terrorist.
Right, you're indoctrinated. Yeah.
You're indoctrinated into the belief, but I think when you boil it down and when it comes right down to it, it's pretty obvious the rebellion was not a bunch of terrorists.
Oh, it was obvious. I don't know if it was obvious.
When you boil it down to what they were were in fact a rebellion.
Yeah, they were rebellion.
They were rebelling against being oppressed.
I need some more backstory. That's what I need.
Here's an example then.
Okay.
So basically, everyone that joined up with William Wallace, they were a bunch of terrorists. Regardless of the fact that Edward the Longshanks was, just draping castles with the bodies of women and children on the walls. Forget all that.
But that was England. That was England. That's how they do.
How's England any different than the Empire? You tell me how are they any different?
They didn't have blasters. They didn't have speeders. They didn't have. They had big ships for the time. Yeah, there's a lot of correlation there. Huh.
Thank you. Yes, there is.
Still, rebel scum. They're the terrorists. Empire rules. Empire forever.
Oh man.
England prevails.
I don't know what I'm going to do with you anymore, man. I don't know what I'm going to do.
All right. Well, you know what? Dark Knight 66 is bored with this subject, and frankly, so am I. Let's.
Is it my fault that this is how the whole saga was structured? That it was structured around a political and religious point of view? How is that my fault? The whole saga was structured around those things.
Oh, well, okay. You see, yeah. It's.
It is.
Yeah,
tell me it wasn't.
Yeah, this is like my brain is working too much wrapping around this.
The Jedi, they're a religious faction.
Yeah, that's true. It's a religion. One that seems to keep changing every movie.
Hold on, my phone isn't here. I can't believe I don't have my phone next to me. I need to screenshot this. That the Dark Knight told me I had a good point. Because I never hear that. Never. That's that's something I never hear from him ever.
Well, Brian, if you wanted an applause, you would have joined the circus. All right, fine.
It's just not cool.
You win.
It's just not.
Rebels good, Empire bad. Empire bad.
So I think we're about ready to move on.
Yeah.
We're heading at 8:10 here.
Oh man, we've been talking for a while.
I think we need to get to that figure topic because action figures has been getting pushed back for 2 weeks now.
Yeah, this is the third time we've tried it. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. You know what? Let's talk about this.
We need to get this one done.
Yeah,
so,
and you know this isn't the first time we've actually kind of brought up the 3.25-inch figures. We talked about it. Maybe it was the first episode that we had that early bird.
The first pilot. Yep.
Yeah, the early bird certificates when episode 4 first came out in the late 70s. So we talked about it a little bit. But I think for you and me, there's some nostalgia that goes with these 3.25-inch figures.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, because this is what they made. These were the toys that were out there, and
just so I can set this up for everybody, what we're going to discuss right now is if we, in fact, I mean, in case you guys haven't noticed, at least in the Star Wars product line, the 3.25-inch figures are practically no more. Everything that's out there now is a 6-inch equivalent, which is called the Black Series. So we're going to discuss if we in fact missed the 3.25.
I definitely do, and again, I think it's more from a nostalgic standpoint. But you could do a lot more with these too. You were able to put them in vehicles. You were able to, like even with the He-Man and things like that, and the G.I. Joes, you were able to have like big fortresses and things like that.
I'm not sure if He-Man was 3.25.
No, it wasn't. He-Man was.
I think it's a little bigger.
It was a little bit bigger than 3.25. It was more like more like Ninja Turtle size. So it was
Ninja Turtle size. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me.
Oh no.
Yeah. So.
You have one?
I have the whole set. I got all 4. Yeah, I got them all.
There you go.
Yeah. So there's Donatello. So this one is. I don't even. This one maybe 4 inches. 4.5 inches.
I was gonna say about 4.5. Yeah, that's where I was at with it.
I think I don't have a measuring tape here because I don't know why, but yeah, but this is yeah.
The Dark Knight was impressed with that.
Oh yeah, I got them all.
Yeah, he liked it.
Yeah, I got them all. These things are awesome. But yeah, the He-Man toys were this size. They were definitely
right.
Yeah, they were definitely this size because you remember how He-Man and Man of Arms and Beastman, they were very big up top. All of them were big up top, and then they got really skinny with the legs. Except with these freaking Ninja Turtles, man. These things are just they're just bulbous all over the place. They're super cool. But anyways, do you have, Brian, that Darth Vader carrying case for the 3.25-inch figures? The one that folds.
I do not.
Like that. Do you know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yes, absolutely. Okay. And I do not have it.
Yeah.
There was also a C-3PO one as well.
Yes, there was a C-3PO. But you can still find these, but they're super expensive.
They're replicated.
Yeah, they're replicated, and some of them are super expensive.
But there are originals out there that are through the roof expensive. Yes.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And it was cool because I had it. Carried it around. And then you had all the figures. You could collect.
No, that was the cool piece about it. I mean, you had Darth Vader, and then inside you had each of your figures. I think it held about 25 of them.
Yeah, one on each side, and it was super heavy. But they were smart. When they did the merchandising for these, you could fit every single one. So collect every single one of them. And it's more money. Just kind of like how with the Transformers and Devastator, you could buy the whole Devastator pack, or you could buy them all individually and make Devastator out of the Constructicons. Now who's showing his age?
So upset I never got that opportunity.
Oh, to do the Constructicons and Devastator. Yep.
I never got in on the combiners. I didn't get to do one of them. It's sad.
I remember.
It's true sad.
I remember. Your uncle and my dad. We went and we went looking for the Devastator pack at Toys R Us. It was for my birthday years and years, and I was, and we couldn't find the Devastator pack. We couldn't find it, so we were trying to buy them individually.
individually.
Yeah, but we were missing like one or two, and I don't think I ever got them, so I couldn't do the complete Devastator. But man, that thing was so cool because it got like that big, you know?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
Yep.
it's just, it got my torso. I mean, that thing was huge, and it was so
Yep.
so cool to have, and play with. And Transformers are a little bit bigger than 3¼ inch, but I think we're really getting away from these toys that you can actually play with and do cool things with. And now you're
Yeah,
into
I
this
mean,
Black
a
Series.
3¼ size, you could really, I mean, you could set them up in all kinds of. I mean, you could let your imagination run wild and set them up in environments. It's a little bit. It gets a little bit more tricky to do that with a 6-inch size, because your
Yeah.
environment has to get bigger. Things have to get bigger in order for you to do it on a 6-inch scale. So it makes it more challenging. But
Yeah.
I tell you what kills me with this whole 6-inch phase: the cost.
How much are they running nowadays?
The cost is just murder. I'm sorry, it's murder. So back in episode 1, a 3¼ went for about $7.
Okay.
Maybe not 7. Maybe $5.99, early $6 range.
Mm-hmm.
Then as you got to the 3¼ for later on, then they kind of went up to about $8, $8.50.
Mm-hmm.
But they said, "Oh, hang on, let's introduce this 6-inch figure, see what happens." They said, "We'll introduce this 6-inch figure and call it a Black Series," and they made those things $20.
Imagine doing that with every single Star Wars character, $20 each pop. My God, man.
Well, that's what they did, and then they realized we don't have to do just every character. We can backtrack and we can go do all the other characters and then we can do variations.
Oh
$20,
yeah.
$20, $20.
I want to see the Jar Jar Black series.
What?
The Jar
No.
Jar, yeah, man. Yeah, Darth Jar Jar.
No.
Hell yeah. Put a black cloak over him. His true form. Yep.
I
Yep.
would never spend $20 on that. Never.
Then you know what? You're not
I
a
would
true
not-
fan. You're not a true fan. If you can't embrace the Jar Jarness, you can't get down with the Jar Jar.
No, that makes me more of a true fan. The fact that I won't put $20 on that walking duck bill, that makes me more of a fan than anyone.
Guys,
Yeah.
what the Misa saying?
You asked for it.
Uh,
Oh man. Hold on. Let's see what the Dark Knight 66 has
Yeah,
to say.
let's-
That's the
I'll
thing
pop
with the
myself.
6-inch Black Series. Grow? Oh, they just get so expensive, and there's so many of them. And what gets me even
Exactly
more mad,
right.
it's the people who pick these up and double the price for profit.
He's
Absolutely
exactly right. He's
yeah.
talking about what we like to call vendors and vultures and
Mm-hmm.
flip artists. I mean, they go and they get the thing and then they put it for $60.
Yeah,
I mean,
people would do that with Todd McFarlane toys. They would do that with the
Oh, I remember the McFarlanes.
Yeah, they would do that
Are-
with the McFarlanes, and the reason they would do that is because McFarlane would put out, let's say like he had his horror series, so he had like a
Well,
Freddy.
he got big first with sports, right? Where McFarlane got big first with sports, wasn't it? He started putting like really high articulated athletes, pro sports figures first. Then he shifted into the horror after that.
Yeah,
right or no?
Yeah, he shifted into and did the Todd McFarlane toys, and he did the Spawn characters too. I think, didn't he? I think
Oh
that's-
yeah, I
he
remember
did
the Spawn line.
But what he
He
would
did a
do is
Predator line that was real good too.
yeah, he did Predator as well. But what he would do is he would mass produce one set or one figurine, and then he'd throw in some variants, right? That changed them up a little
Yep.
bit, different
Yep, he
color,
would,
different
yeah.
something or other. And then you would have all these collectors coming in and
Yep,
buying them
getting
up
the
as soon as they
variant.
get- exactly. Throwing that crap on eBay, huge markup, double, it's ugly. It sucks. And it sucks for fans, and it sucks for casual fans too. Like, oh, cool, I want to be a part of this. No, you can't, because you have to, and then you have to pay double for this because it's a variant, and I got there first. It sucks, and it really makes it for a very expensive hobby, because now you're looking at this mere collectibles. Now you're not looking at toys. Now, for me, I have these in the package still, And it's not necessarily because I want to keep it, in mint condition or whatever. But this is, for me at my age, is pure nostalgia because I had these as a kid and I played with them all the time. So now this is like a reminder of the, simpler and easier days of my childhood. But, if I ever get the inclination, I will open these up and I will play with them if I want to. But,
Don't you dare open it.
No, I'm not going to.
Don't you dare.
I'm not going to. But, for, getting away from some of these small figurines that are fun to play with, not just have them on the shelf the whole time. And I'm talking about for kids, to experience it the same way that we did. It's kind of getting lost. It's getting lost in this because now it's such an expensive thing to do. And now
it's ridiculous. I mean,
6 inches. I mean, that's right there, man. It's turning into just pure collectible. I'm going to put on my desk, and that's it. I'm never going to play with it. And just for kids.
Well, the big thing with the 6-inch now. What I've noticed though is guys are taking their SLR cameras, and they're actually taking fireworks, and they're using the slow-mo features the high-speed snapshot options on their SLRs.
Uh-huh.
And as the fireworks go off, they're taking that and using it as backdrop for stormtroopers or the Mandalorian, and making it look like exploded scenes. Now, you couldn't do that with a 3 1/4 because the 3 1/4s were way too small.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what's happened with these 6-inch versions. They're looking for different ways to change the environment to get something cool out of it. But that's what I'm still going to miss about the 3 1/4. There was just such a wider variety of options, less complicated, available to you to set them in, and that's just going away.
Yep.
Not to mention, I think the 3 1/4 GI Joe was kind of really what got it going for 3 1/4.
Well, remember they started off as
right. They started off as 12s.
12-inch.
They started off huge.
Yeah, the
original and that made it more of a doll. It was almost more of a doll at that point. Mm-hmm. And then they said, you know what? Let's shrink it down. Mm-hmm. And then you could make vehicles like you talked about. There were vehicles for it. You had the Hiss tank and all kinds of stuff. And it was more vehicle friendly at that size. There's vehicles for the 6-inch Black Series, but they're like that sucker up there.
Oh, that thing's huge, man. Yeah. And that was during the heyday of Masters of the Universe and G.I. Joe, when the figures were big, and the shows helped with the popularity too, because those
absolutely.
Saturday morning cartoons, you're able to watch that, and then you want to buy the figurines.
You wanted to get everything that was on the show.
Yeah, you definitely wanted to get everything that's on the show. But now what we're seeing is we're not totally losing, and when I mean us, I mean the kids. They're not totally losing that sense of enjoyment and creativity that they can still have, because
not completely. It's just on a different scale.
It's
one being monetary, but it's on a different environmental scale.
It's getting a lot smaller too. Legos
are getting tinier.
No,
is that possible?
We're talking about it's getting tinier. I'm talking about the Legos, because you have Lego Star Wars, you have movies, Lego Star Wars, and you can build the Death Star out of Legos now. So it's kind of shifted a little bit, and it's kind of Legos has gone this direction, and applaud to that, because now you're not just buying these things and playing with them, but you're building them. And you can still have the same amount of fun. Yeah, it's Legoed out and it's blocky, it's kid-like, but they're still having a good time with it. And I think that's where it's kind of gone nowadays, but it hasn't been completely lost. Will it ever go back to the way 3 1/4-inch figures were in the past? Probably not. But it's being re-envisioned as Legos. So, I want to kind of read here what the Dark Knight 66 said. The hard thing about collecting now is that you're going to stop, but you never do. You never do, because they keep on getting better, and in the scopes. Not only that, but their replicas, such as helmets, are getting good, just as good, if not better, and they're in competition in Anovos.
Anovos, yep.
What's
Anovos helmets.
Anovos?
An Anovos helmet is like this theater quality looking helmet. and they're a ton of money to go buy. A ton of money.
Oh, they're doing it for Marvel too. They do it for the Iron Man, right, and stuff like that.
Like pretty much, if you walk into a comic store and you want an Anivos helmet, they're going to ask what your credit rating is. Pretty much, they're going to be like, they're going to be like, well, you're 620. Get out the store. Sorry, you're not getting an Anivos today.
What are we looking at in price?
I think a really nice Anivos is probably about $5 or $4.
Wow. $500.
Yep.
Wow.
For the really nice looking suckers.
That's amazing. I mean,
at least a minimum of 3. It's got to be a minimum of 3 at least. And that's for for the less popular varieties.
I mean, I can't.
But if you want,
I can't see myself spending that kind of money on that.
Yeah, if you want an Anivos Vader helmet, you better be ready to shell out a mortgage payment or two.
Yeah, no, that's way too much, and it's yeah, it's all for show too, you know.
Oh yeah,
I almost bought the Thanos glove that they had, the gauntlet.
Did you really?
Yeah, because they sell that. It wasn't that much. I think it was maybe $100 or $200, something like that. But I almost bought that because it was really cool looking, you know, and I really thought about it. I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with this thing? Where am I going to put it? Nowhere, you know.
Okay, did you see what the Dark Knight just dropped? The Kylo Ren Disney Anivos is $8.
God, does it do the voice too?
I would hope so for that price.
If it did the voice, then I'd be okay with that because the voice is.
Hey,
really cool.
I want a free holocron for that price. I want a free holocron.
Yeah, that thing is. Oh, it doesn't do the voice. Oh, screw that.
Oh man,
that's what makes the helmet. What's the point of having the helmet if you can't wear it and do the voice?
And no holocron? No holocron to kick in? Come on.
Nah.
At least give me a watch. At least give me a watch, like a cheap watch, you know, cheap digital plastic watch. Do something.
Yeah, man, that's wow.
That's terrible. Good grief.
Now, is it the helmet before he smashed it like an angry child, or is it after?
Oh, I would say so. I would say, yeah. I don't think it. Well, I'm sure I bet you they did a welded version, though. How much you want to bet?
Yeah.
To get the red on it?
Yeah, that would be really cool. I mean, I think that looked really, really cool and edgy when they did that. But yeah, that's just a lot of money, you know, for something that's just for aesthetics.
That's a ton of money.
Yeah, for something that's just pure aesthetics, something that's not functional. But hey, I mean, I spent $70 on a water bottle, so I can't say much.
Water bottle.
Yeah, man, look at this. It was almost $70. I got a military discount because it's the rocks, like it's like a Yeti, but you can hold your cell phone and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, it's got compartments.
Yeah, it's got compartments.
Okay.
So
survival compartments.
I just liked it. It was aesthetics, and I use it. It's functional, but I'm gonna make sure this thing lasts me, possibly for the rest of my existence. Dark Knight 6. I'm telling you, boy's going to be living in trash cans in 10 years from now.
Well, hey, look, it's easy to move, right? You just kick it down the block.
Yeah.
There you go. You got a new spot.
just be hanging out like Oscar the Grouch. It's gonna be awesome, man.
Woo.
I always wondered how it was to live in a garbage can like that guy did. Oh man, I miss Sesame Street sometimes. Maybe it's because I just miss not having responsibilities and watching TV when I was a kid.
Oh, those were the times, weren't they? You know, you just
those
woke up, you got your grape nuts, you threw on Sesame Street and Bozo the Clown.
Oh,
on
Bozo.
WGN.
Yeah, man, from that Chicago station. God, I remember Bozo.
WGN. Oh,
yeah.
the bucket challenge. The bucket challenge with the 10 buckets.
Yeah, everybody sucked at it for some reason.
The way they called it, the brand new Schwinn bike.
Was brand new Schwinn bicycle. Yeah. Man, I remember those days. I wonder what happened to that guy. I don't want to look it up because...
And you always tried to figure out which Bozo was going to have the G.I. Joe episode.
Yeah, man.
one bozo 2-hour block had at least one GI Joe episode every now and then.
Yeah, those.
You always wondered which one was going to have that 30 minutes.
Yeah, man. They have a GI Joe box set. No, actually, yeah, they have a box set. But YouTube just recently.
Because going on, they aired the first two original they aired the Mass Device story arc and the Weather Dominator.
No, but the whole series is now on YouTube for free. The whole series.
Wait, the entire series?
The entire G.I. Joe animated series is on YouTube for free. I don't know how long it's going to last.
All right, so shameless G.I. Joe plug on All Fets Are Off for Star Wars, but where can I find this? Is it on a G.I. Joe channel, or is it? I mean, I want in on this.
That's a good question. I think it's on their. Let me see. I can tell you real quick. G.I. Jose? No.
G.I. Jose.
It's under Hasbro's official channel, and they have them all.
Oh,
yeah.
Like on Hasbro Pulse or just Hasbro?
No, just Hasbro's YouTube channel. Yep.
Okay, I'm in.
Yeah. There you go.
And when we guess, I know what I'm doing when we close. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna get me some Joe.
Go, Joe!
You know the bottom line best part of the G.I. Joe series?
The PSAs at the
bottom
end?
line. Yes! Exactly!
Yeah, the PSAs.
Here, I'm gonna see if you remember this one. I'm gonna give you the best one.
Okay.
That I ever saw. Again, we totally strayed off for Star Wars the last 10 minutes, but that's fine. The best PSA I saw for G.I. Joe, and I think Dark Knight dropped in something. You can look it over while I go over this. But the best G.I. Joe PSA I saw, do you remember the character Barbecue?
Yeah!
Okay. So, two kids, right? They're in their bedroom, and the house is on fire.
Yeah.
So,
and he comes out the
Barbecue...
window.
Yeah, he goes in the window and then starts going over everything you do when there's a fire.
Yeah.
He's like, get to the bathroom real quick and wet a towel. And after you moisten and dampen the towel, put it at the base of the door, and that'll help funnel some of the smoke. And then what you want to do is you want to get all the way to the floor and make sure that you're underneath the smoke and you're kind of tunnel walking on the floor, tunnel crawling. Make sure you do that so that you're... The whole time the window's open.
Yeah, he came into the window.
He's talking about touching the doorknob, making sure it's not hot. He's going through all these steps. The window's open the entire time.
Yes, they just throw it out of the window, dude.
The PSA goes on for about 3 minutes and the window's open. You could have just jumped out. You could have just gone out the window at any point you wanted to get away, but no. Let's do all this first before we get out the window. And then, of course, at the end of PSA, what do? They go out the window.
Yeah, at the end of it. But no, he's explaining it.
It's classic. It's Dark Knight said that if he wanted to know if we had $1,000 and we could purchase any collectible you want, what would it be?
Oh, you know what? That's a really good question.
I know what you would get. You would get a life-size Jar Jar. That's what you would do.
No, I get a Jar Jar body pillow so I can sleep with it every night.
I don't know if I'm more repulsed of the idea of getting it or the fact of you doing that, but I'm just...
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, fine. Jar Jar sex doll.
I'm left. That's what I'm left with. That's what I'm left with. This close the show. You know, I try so hard.
All right, hey, look. What are two things that are gonna slip out? All right, come on, man. I was in the Marine Corps. My mind is disgusting.
I'm not even gonna mention it again. I'm not.
All right, we'll leave mine at that. Okay, so he's gonna get.
That's what he wants.
Yeah, he's gonna get life-size Darth Maul. What about you, man?
Me?
Yeah.
Boy, I don't think it would cost $1,000.
Yeah? What is it?
I want a autographed, personalized film cell from Episode 4, 1977, by George Lucas,
That's a hell of a collectible.
stating that I'm the biggest Star Wars fan on the face of the universe.
Bigger than Stephen J. Sansweet?
Oh, that guy can. That,
Your nemesis?
that guy can go eat a pile of bantha foodoo for all I care.
Man. You know, someone's going to have to take over the reins for him one day. I think that person can be you. All you got to do is write books. Just write books. That's all he does. He just writes books.
Get there.
Yeah, man. You got a pretty good writing thing going on, so I would just do that, man.
Well,
Anyways.
I think we ran a little long.
Yeah, man, we went. Yeah, it's just a little.
Ran 1 minute. Well, 2 minutes.
Yeah. So okay, big day tomorrow. We're gonna have a good time.
We're gonna push through.
Yeah, we're gonna push through. You know, we'll be on in the afternoon. Check us out, people.
We're just gonna goof off tomorrow, guys. It's gonna be gonna be the video release goof off chicken nugget challenge, you name it.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll talk all sorts of subjects. You know, if it's not just Star Wars, we'll go back into old '80s nostalgia stuff too.
Yeah, man. We'll do it all tomorrow.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a hangout day.
Yeah, we have all afternoon, man. So good, Joe. We talked some things that we didn't really talk the Mandalorian 2. That's okay. We'll wait till next week. We'll wait till next. We'll wait till next week on that one. Because maybe we'll have more to talk about depending on what they drop. And that's pretty much it, man. I mean, big day. I'm excited. It's gonna be good.
I'm excited.
So yeah, man.
Thank you to the Dark Knight in Tex, Utah, for joining us. Thank you to those who catch us later after the fact and listen to us. We appreciate all of you. Everybody, continue to hang in there through this very trying time. Continue to be good to each other.
Yep. Wash your hands and don't run out of toilet paper. As a matter of fact,
please.
As a matter of fact, you should eat toilet paper. Good fiber.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
Good fiber.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
All right, Brian. Then hasta mañana.
All right, we're gonna yub nub out of here.
Yub nub.